Cuss it out.
Cussing it out. Man. Fuck this recording software. Shout out Josh on the 703.
I know, right? Man, we had a good run, too. We had almost 50 people in there already at the top. Let's do this again, everybody.
I gotta go and delete a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah. We are back.
Did you guys miss us?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming back.
Sorry about that.
Martin says, now be funny again. We'll get to that, Martin. Kevin the Raider Nerd. Hey, Jack. Hey, Justin. Exactly, Justin. We were just making sure you were paying attention, brother.
We're testing your loyalty.
Exactly.
Is that Justin?
No. But they hang out at the Justin meetings.
All right. Let's try this again. No more false starts. Welcome to episode number 401 of Raiders Fan Radio.
What's up, guys? It's Rich Incognito, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm here at Raiders Fan Radio. Let's go, Raiders. Woo!
Hey, it's Mike Garafolo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio podcast, taking that lighter journey into the dark side with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Paletnikov, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
Why? Thank you, Brett Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murph back once again for what we hope will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Episode number 401 of Raiders Fan Radio, coming to you live from Murph's Fan Cave, where we were talking about the winter storm that's rolling in here that we're
blizzard,
all dealing with being cold over here because the White Walkers are coming. Winter is coming. And man,
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, we're going to get like 50 inches of snow this weekend, and it's going to be, gosh, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So, I mean, it's pretty to look if it snows. Where we are,
That's true.
it's usually ice. Like,
That's true. We get the ice storms.
you know, I hate it.
Yeah, the ice storms suck. The ice storms suck.
Yeah.
But I like it when you get a bunch of like big fluffy snows
That's
like that.
pretty.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you know, in Middle Tennessee here, whenever when everyone sees like a flurry, everyone starts freaking out and goes and we buy all the bread and the milk and the all that and the eggs and all that kind of stuff. So Michelle said
The
earlier,
perishable items.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So because all we do
that makes sense.
all we do is eat French toast
French
when that
toast,
happens.
yeah.
So
Yes.
so
Don't
yeah,
forget your cinnamon.
yeah.
Gonna need that.
You're going to need that.
Milk
good luck-
sandwiches.
Good luck finding toilet paper.
No,
anything.
seriously.
Seriously, like I went to the store yesterday. The zoo had already started.
Yeah.
It was
Lamont
like-
went today.
He did?
Yeah, the eggs were gone. There were no eggs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Why do people
You
hoard
didn't
that
have
stuff?
eggs already. We had eggs already. So, like, what are we
Yep.
doing?
Well,
What are
and
we
you know,
doing?
and like, there's a kind of milk that I like, and like, and I
Oh,
went
no.
and I was, they didn't have it, and so I got another version of the same brand or whatever. But then I look over and this guy next to me, and he's got
Oh, it's
3 in his
ooh,
cart. I'm like,
you should have waited for him
motherfucker.
to turn his
I'm
back.
like,
Took
God
one
dang,
and
I
ran.
swear,
Yeah.
if his kid wasn't there, I'd have bitch slapped that dude.
No,
Oh,
you should have
yeah.
stared the
Give me
kid
your-
down and grabbed the milk while the kid
Give
was
me-
looking.
give me your
Teach him a
milk.
lesson too.
Yeah. What kind of milk are you drinking?
That True Life, bro.
Oh, True Life is good,
okay.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
Their chocolate milk's really.
Oh my gosh, it's so good, and it lasts forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, even though it's like not pasteurized and stuff, like it
Yeah.
lasts for like a long ass time. So that's
Oh,
why I get
sweet.
Because I don't like chug a lot of milk.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't drink a lot of milk.
I've always liked cereals and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you got to dip a chocolate
We
chip cookie
can't
in it
keep
once
cereal
a
in
while.
our
Exactly.
house because
Yeah.
that's all I'll eat. So we can't keep it in the
fair
house
enough.
because
That's
that's
fair.
all. That's
That's
breakfast,
fair.
lunch, and dinner.
Oh yeah, totally, totally.
So
Well, even though the White Death is upon us,
Yes.
I'm a little warm.
are you a little warm?
Yeah, you gotta. Oh, yes, you
are a
did.
little warm. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Oh my gosh! Cue the ABBA, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're on the, if
you
you're on
should
the,
have that song queued up.
I'm telling you,
No, I guess you
yeah,
couldn't play it,
yeah,
though.
we'd have, we'd get demonetized,
copyright.
but,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but yeah. So if you're on the podcast, on the listening audience, Murf just pulled out his Big Ten official Hoosier Mendoza jersey, man.
Yeah.
And I like you got the white.
Yeah, because I'm not wearing red on the
Nah,
show, man.
dude.
I ain't wearing red.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
That
with
ain't
you.
gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
with you.
You know, but the red lettering and the red numbers, like, okay, I can deal with that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you guys know me. I don't buy jerseys of young players. I
Yeah.
just don't. Like I stopped doing that a long time ago. But in this case, I made an exception, and I only own like one other college jersey, which oddly enough is a Miami jersey.
Oh.
Which
Is it
kinda
really?
fun. Yeah, Edrin James.
Oh, okay.
From when
No
he was
kidding.
at Miami. Yeah, because it was during that time is when I was living in South Florida.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, anyways, but I digress. But what are we here to do? Talk about the Raiders. Hey. So appreciate everybody joining us for this episode number 401 of Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you to everybody that is in the chat room. I appreciate all the good folks in there. I know we already had some super chats come in on the last show that was a little bit of a false start. I think that was John Rodriguez that sent those in. So thank you, John, for those super chats. 100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation, which is our nonprofit supporting Raiders-related charities. So we thank you guys so very, very much. And if you want to be part of it, you can find us each and every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Find us there, or you can find us on any audio podcast service where we are presented by the good folks at FanDuel. We thank the good folks at FanDuel and their advertising support of Raiders Fan Radio and our host, the Believe Network. We are proud to be a Raiders version of the Believe Network, and we thank them very, very much for their support as well. But without further ado, we've got a lot of stuff to get to tonight, so let me go ahead and turn it over to my best friend and yours, the man that adorns the right side corner of the Murf Fan Cave Dungeon. He is Swag Jeff.
It's Skyler and Profiler.
What up, Swaggo?
Oh man, I'm a little chilly, but I'm feeling good. I mean, Monday night we got to watch a little Mendoza action, and we'll talk about that. But I mean, for any of the doubters that were like, I don't know if we ought to get this, it's happening.
It's
It's happening. And it should happen.
And we're going to do an entire segment on that.
100%.
One topic.
Absolutely, man. So, no, I'm excited to be here. Excited to see the best chat room in all of Raider Nation. Paul, Martin are in there. Martin earlier in the chat said, I may have to go to bed early. I'm really tired. But because it's 1 a.m. on Thursday or whatever. You going to be all right? Someone else said, like, chug. I was Ron that said, well, chug some beans and coffee, Martin. You'll be all right.
Hey, shout out the English breakfast we had the other day, bro.
Oh, man. It was good, man.
Michelle, we had a real life English breakfast. Never had
Where?
it, ever.
At the pub Nashville.
Why?
Because we never had it.
What was it?
It was like a, it was almost
sausage,
like a,
mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, scrambled eggs, English muffin.
And it was like, it wasn't like a bacon, but it was like a,
it was like a,
almost like a, I mean, I don't want to say like Canadian bacon, like
it was some, I don't know, like a pork shoulder bacon kind of thing or something.
Yeah. No, it was cool.
It actually was.
No, it was good.
Pretty good.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Swallowed it down with a bunch of goat cheese and wings too. It was perfect.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was good stuff.
Yeah. That goat cheese dip is fire.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah. So speaking of so good, Murph.
So basically, this is how Swag Jeff and I get fat.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I had to pull this one out of the bottom of the drawer. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Hey, so we don't do this show alone. So sitting across from me is the one and only, the lovely Michelle Sweat.
Sorry, I was doing it again.
Michelle Sweat.
There we go. Sorry, I was scrolling on another screen. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, I'm freezing. I'm gonna have to start wearing gloves up in this bitch if or a little. No, I don't. If I get a little heated, then it'll be too hot. Yeah, but then I think it'll be too hot. I'd rather be cold than hot.
Yes,
so, but
absolutely.
I can't feel my fingers. But it's okay. It's okay.
It's cold. We have limited heat and air down here in the fan
No,
cave.
I really would rather be cold though. Than I'm glad it's not hella hot in here because that.
Well, because it really is like a dungeon. It's built out of cinder block down here, and so it's like it retains the cold, like the cold radiates through the bricks and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, which is nice in the summertime because it helps. It keeps it cooler in here.
Yeah.
But man, wintertime, it's cold down here.
Yeah,
it's our first winter down here, huh?
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Have we even had a summer down here? When did we move in?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think we
August,
had a full,
September,
we
something
didn't
like
have
that.
a full summer. No, we didn't have a summer down here.
Yeah, we haven't been down here in the middle of the summer yet. Yikes.
Oh,
I'm not doing the best.
God.
Okay. Some HVAC
What I
down
hate
here.
more than a Tennessee winter is a Tennessee
Is
summer.
Tennessee
That
summer.
is true.
Yeah, that's very true.
That is true.
Yeah.
I get a good 4 weeks in Tennessee that I enjoy. 2 weeks in the spring and 2 weeks in the fall.
And it's
So,
glorious. And then the rest of
yay.
the time, it's,
It's
Hooligan says you need a 99 brand shot to warm you up there,
oh
Michelle.
God. I'd rather not feel my
I think
fingers.
I think we've retired the 99 for a hot minute. Only on
man.
special occasions.
There
Only
you
on
go.
special occasions.
There you go. Like when we draft Mendoza.
Yeah,
That-
no.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah, we should definitely.
Yeah, we'll do
I'll
something
bring
for
the
that.
shots though. We're not doing 99. I'm gonna bring some good damn shots.
No,
We're not
no,
gonna
that's
do-
cool.
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
down with
No
that.
more buzz balls like
No more
Jeff.
No more
brought?
buzz balls and fireball like I
No,
brought.
please.
Like a real classy gentleman over here.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I appreciate all of those of you that are joining us here tonight. Thank you to Jeff and Michelle for being here, of course. And Swag Jeff, before you get to FanDuel,
Yes.
because you're going to talk to us about FanDuel.
And
but
I got a fun one.
Nice. And before we get to that, you're going to tell us about our episode number, where we take something significant within Raider Nation and tie it back to our episode number. And Swag Jeff, what do you got tonight?
Absolutely, man. Well, it's episode 401. And for this episode, we're going back.
How far are you going back?
Way back.
And it goes a little something like this.
Hit it. We are going to one of our favorite days. Not our favorite day, but one of them leading up to it. So we're going back to January 8th, 1984. The LA Raiders, the LA Raiders beat the Seattle Seahawks 30-14 in the AFC Championship game, propelling them to Super Bowl 18 and eventually their third world championship. And in that game, the Silver and Black generated 401 yards of offense.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
That's a good one, bro.
That's a really good one, man. Shout out T-Hom, man.
Shout out T-Hom.
He's got a bunch of good ones like in the holster. That's good stuff coming up.
T-Hom's on a roll, and I can't wait. We're going to hear from him in a little bit too here on the show.
Yeah.
And then I did Captain Jack's show.
Did you?
The other week? Yeah. Valerie was out of town, and Captain Jack hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come jump on here?" And I was like, "Sure, actually." I'm like, "Yeah, I got time." Like,
right on.
Yeah. So I jumped on, and T-Hom was on there.
Oh,
no
So
kidding.
it was me and Jack and T-Hom for like an hour. It was fun.
my gosh, how cool is that?
It was cool. It was cool. So anyways, we're going to hear from T-Hom later tonight. Because I told him, I'm like, "Why don't you call the show anymore?" And he's like, okay, I will. And he did. And he called the show.
Good.
And it's in perfect
T-Hom
T-Hom
fashion?
form. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Nice.
I love that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so Jeff, hit some contact info.
Absolutely.
Woo!
Woo! Hey, Raider
I did
Nation.
like
over there,
that,
pal.
yeah.
Hold up a mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up,
Damn,
and
bro.
pay attention. You can
Jersey
call
guy,
us
feeling
at
some kind of-
I'm telling you.
I've been listening to a lot of Elton John lately.
909-3446.
Yeah,
Or
you
as
have.
Murph would say, 909-345-3346.
Not that there's anything
How about
wrong.
emailing me?
At all.
You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes? Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. The tiki tiki taki talk. TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Good. Oh, nicely done.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah. I'm so glad you got that on there. Yes. Yes.
That was awesome.
What an amazing moment that was.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
I went back and like rewound that and played it like 4 more times.
did
I'm like,
too.
wait, did he say that? And my wife was like, no, he didn't. I'm like,
He sure
no, he
did.
sure as shit did.
Let's fucking go!
He absolutely did. All right. Hey, somebody shout out the chat room, huh?
Absolutely, man. We got Martin in there, Raider Dank Vader, Jay and PA is in there, Antonio Ramirez is in there, Robert Davila in there, Raider Dank Vader, Colorado Raider. Who else is in there? I saw Jay Morse from Salt City, Silver
Jay.
and Black. Martin is in there. Hardcore Raider jumped in there.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Robert Pena in there. Yeah, man. We got the whole crew, dude.
That's awesome, man. Appreciate all of those of you checking in with us for this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. And so, around here at Raiders Fan Radio, anybody that's new to the show, we don't do shout outs. We don't do props. There's nothing wrong with those things, but we're Italian. We like to give a
little bit of respect.
Murph, Swaggy J, Nation, it's time for a little respect. Respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
What about that Cuban missile diving in for a touchdown? Yeah, that was amazing. That shit's gonna look good in silver and black. Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh man! Well, so hey, we appreciate you also very, very much, and want to give respect out of the gate to a guy that's been around our show for I guess probably about a year now.
Yeah.
And become a real good friend of ours, even outside of the show. Justin Marmon. I want to give it up for Justin.
Hey.
Let's see if we find my applause here. Here we go. Give it up for Justin.
So he just jumped in there.
Oh,
in the chat.
Perfect timing, Justin.
Yeah.
So Justin is the proprietor of HTO here, one of the sponsors of Raiders Fan Radio. And also, we became buddies with Justin because he gave a pretty significant donation to the One Nation Foundation. And we were very thankful for that. And he was funny because when we did his donation, he said, "How much did Compton give?" And we told him, and then he made out his check for $1 more. And he was like,
incredible.
"I just want
I
to beat
love that.
Will." It's the best. And so we're incredibly thankful for that, and just in continuing to partner with him in conversations around things. Justin has decided to not only make an additional continuing investment in the One Nation Foundation, which is the most important work I think that we do with this show, but he's helping us grow our now going to be network. And so I'm really, really excited to tell you about what we've got coming up. We've got 2 more new shows coming at you. I'm going to do more of a daily thing like what Q Myers does with the Locked On podcast. So we're going to have that coming to you. And then we're really excited about the new show. We're going to call it Just Grin Baby.
Yes.
And it's going to be the 3 of us. You're going to get our 3 smiling faces, and it's going to be Raider adjacent, like the things that we hear from people around a lot of the jokey nature of it and the dog whistle of Raiders Fan Radio and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be 45 minutes of that, and it's not going to be a live show. We're going to do it pre-recorded, but it'll be uploaded, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be more of a comedic thing. Like, sure, we're going to tell some Raider stories, and there's going to be some Raider stuff in there, but it isn't going to just be about the Raiders.
No.
Now, Raiders Fan Radio isn't going anywhere. This is going to be the same show. Probably be a little bit more Sea of Fans focused, but Just Win Baby. We're going to have new set pieces. We're now able to hire a producer, so your buddy Murf over here doesn't have to be fishing for buttons and worried about the internet and trying to make cameras work and all that. We're going to have somebody dedicated to doing that. And so it's just going to be the 3 of us get to show up and just chat and just talk about the things that we think are funny and, perhaps topical or otherwise. And so it should be a lot of fun. So our network will rebrand to probably Murph's Fan Cave, just like we were back in the old days.
Yep.
Kind of cover everything. If you love Raiders Fan Radio, again, it's not going anywhere. You can find it. It'll be on this same exact channel. It'll be still live on Wednesdays. Like, if this is the thing that you're into and we love you for it, this isn't going anywhere. But we're just going to branch out. We're going to stretch our legs creatively a little bit and have a lot of fun things to look forward to, including on location stuff. We're going to start doing a lot more in Vegas material. We're going to be there for the draft. We're going to be there for any of the major events that we attend, Bolitnikoff Foundation, also for, Raider Dad, of course. And we're going to start doing a lot more video on-site things, a little more produced things than just running around with a camera and whatnot. So a lot of really, really cool stuff coming from us. And so, I'm either sorry or you're welcome. Because we've got a lot of,
man.
We got if you like these 3 money makers over here, like, you're getting ready to see a lot more of them coming from us, from your buddies Murf, Michelle, and Swag Jeff. So a lot of cool stuff, and we cannot thank Justin enough for his faith in us to be able to carry this thing to the next level, man. What we did? We finally sold out.
We did it!
Hey!
Thank God.
There you go.
Thank God.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, if you like the first 30 minutes of Raiders Fan Radio and the last 15, then you're going to dig Just Grin Baby.
And it's one of those shows that you can, like, if you have friends that maybe they're not Raiders fans, it would be a show that they would still find funny and enjoyable. Like, you can tell your friends about it that maybe they're not Raiders fans, and then maybe we can just bring them into the fold at some point.
There you go. 100%.
That's true.
100%.
I never thought about that way. We could quietly indoctrinate people in the Raider
like
Nation.
a cult, and they don't even know.
There you go.
Michelle.
Dude, that's incredible.
Such a good idea.
And I love that we're going to be able to do a show that, like, you can tune into whenever and listen to it. Like, if you tune into episode 385, we're talking about how amazing Pete Carroll was going to be. No one cares about about that episode anymore. You know what I mean? Where like now people can just kind of tune in as they please to hear what we got to say, to laugh with us, to drink with us, to all that stuff. It's going to be a freaking blast, man. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I think that's an important part of what Just Grin Baby is going to be. It's going to be evergreen. Like you can go back to it and listen to it later on down the road, and it will still be hopefully entertaining. I mean, I'm not going to promise you because it's us, but I'd like to think that we're going to put out something of quality, and so anyways, it will have that like lasting effect. Where what we do now, like Jeff said, like it's literally like once we get to the next week, this shit's over. Yeah, like this thing of what we're going to do tonight will no longer be relevant 10 days from now.
Right.
Where the new show hopefully will have that a little more legs to it. So
man.
Yeah. So anyway, so thanks again to Justin. Thank you to those of you. Most importantly, thank you to those of you out there that support this show and support the One Nation Foundation. Even if you don't support us monetarily, by supporting us with your like, your subscribe, your thumbs up, your view, your any of that kind of stuff, your sharing of tweets, anything out there like that, helps us generate advertising dollars, because if it weren't for the advertising dollars, none of this would ever be a possibility. And so it's only because of that, because it generates money from FanDuel. It generates money from the Believe Network. It generates money from any of the other advertising sources we've had from, Manscaped and Magic Mind and all the different people that have come to support Raiders Fan Radio through advertising. We don't get there without you all. So can't thank you guys enough.
100%.
So if you don't like the new show, you can blame yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Think about what you did.
And think about what you did.
That's 100%.
All right, Swag Jeff. Speaking of FanDuel, speaking of advertising.
Yes.
You cooked.
He cooked.
I'm cooking, bro.
Cooked this week.
Yeah.
Tell us what you got cooking over
100%, man. So it's playoff mode time here at Raiders Fan Radio and with FanDuel. And, so I've got a couple of good ones for you. I tweeted out one earlier in the week that, because this week I'm all about the parlays, man. I'm all about some parlays. I love a damn parlay, man. So I don't want to bet on the Broncos Rams, but I will. I will. Because I can almost safely say that the itty bitty stitty committee will probably throw for under 192.5 yards. And that is a -114. So you can bet on that. You can bet against Jarrett Stidham, which I'm all about doing that. Mm-hmm. But if you like parlays, let's parlay it, man.
Let's dance, dude.
Let's dance a little bit. So let's see. So Patriots and Broncos. So we're going to go all in on the Patriots for this one. We're going to go Patriots money line. We're going to go Ramondre Stevenson anytime touchdown.
Love it.
We're going to go Drake May over 225 passing yards.
Okay.
And we're going to throw in a wild card. New England defensive touchdown anytime.
Whoa.
That's a hell of a parlay.
Wow, that's a hell of a parlay.
It's a hell of a parlay.
Was it a plus 6,000?
But it's a plus 2742. So a $10 bet gives you $274.27. And then the other one that I really like.
Two?
Oh, yeah, man. I got a bonus one for you, man.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So you got the Rams Seahawks. So you've got Kyron Williams anytime touchdown.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Puka anytime touchdown.
Of course.
That's a lock.
Jackson Smith and Jigba anytime touchdown.
Nice.
That's a good one, too.
Kenneth Walker. Now Charbonnet's out, so it's all Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Anytime touchdown. That's plus 1643. So a $10 bet pays $160.40. And if you really want to get wild with that one, if you really want to get wild and throw stupid ass Devontae Adams anytime touchdown in the mix right there.
Can't do that.
I won't do that.
You're crossing a line, Jeff.
If you're feeling squirrely, and you had a little bit too much, and I mean, hey, you do your thing, man. But you know what? But if you add Devontae Adams into that, it jumps up to a plus 45.92.
Damn, bro.
A $10 bet pays you pays you $460. Oh,
that's legit.
That's legit. So hey,
okay, that might have been worth convincing on that.
Yeah, man.
You might come out of FanDuel retirement for that one, Michelle.
Yeah, go buck wild and do it responsibly, and only with our friends at FanDuel.
Hey, what's up? It's Brockman from The Rich Eisen Show.
And it's Del Tufo from The Rich Eisen Show.
You're listening on Raiders Fan Radio.
Yes!
Hi, this is AJ Cole from the Las Vegas Raiders, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
Man, I've got certain information, all right? Certain things have come to light, and, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple, What in God's holy name are you blathering about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm blathering about. I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
You're damn right it has, and your Indiana Hoosiers have won now their first ever national championship, which is probably the coolest story. Not saying they're the best team ever in the history of college football, but they are probably the greatest story in the history of college football.
Agreed.
Like, shout out Curt Cignetti, like the job that guy has done. Like, I know some of the criticism around him is like, oh, he just loaded up the team with a bunch of old players. Yeah, but he did it. Nobody else did that before. He's the first one to do it. So more power to him. Yep. He came in there and freaking ran the table, man. It wasn't like, I know this game was a slobber knocker, this national championship game was, but like they were undeniable all year long. And at the helm of that undeniability is, yours and our freaking, hopefully, QB1 of the future in Fernando Mendoza. And like, that young man got knocked around the entirety of that game, showed his toughness, showed his durability, showed his willingness to freaking, keep his nose in there and just grind out a big time win. And, there's a saying that I love because of some of the criticism that's come towards him in this game was about, some of his stat lines and some of those kinds of things. And you guys have heard me bring it up on the show before. This line from John Facenda, and there's a variant of it that I couldn't find on short notice today, but there's a variant of it where he substitutes out the word teams for players. But listen to this line from the great John Facenda from NFL Films.
Great teams aren't always great. They're just great when they have to be.
That, to me, is what Fernando Mendoza was in this national championship game. When it came time for him to be great, he was great. And what else could you possibly want out of your quarterback than that? And I understand that we'll get more into the conversation around it. This is a football team riddled with holes. There is a long way to go to build this roster. But every team that's ever drafted number 1 overall is riddled with holes and has to build a roster. Mm-hmm. Yet they still drafted their quarterback anyways because it's the most important position in all of team sports. Yeah. So it is absolutely imperative that the Raiders consider this young man for a multitude of reasons. We're going to kick it off by going to Rich Eisen, and we're going to listen to the great Rich. I've got a lot of sound bites. I don't know if we'll get to them all, but I wanted to pull like a broad spectrum of opinion from a lot of different places. And so here you've got the guy that's basically the freaking, the default studio analyst when it comes to the NFL and has been for 20 years or whatever. Here's Rich Eisen talking about Fernando Mendoza.
And as for Fernando Mendoza, I see a first overall draft choice. I really do. Now, that may be part and parcel of who else is in the draft or who else is not in the draft. But at the end of the day, who I see is somebody who processes really well. And I see somebody who is tough as nails. Tough as nails. I see somebody who knows Tom Brady's in the building, who knows Tom Brady and Mark Davis and John Spytek are in the building, and those are the three who are going to decide who's the first overall draft choice in the NFL draft. And I know I have to perform not only for my future, but for my present and for my current teammates and for my current head coach. And I see his stat line. It doesn't jump out at you. But what I see are a bunch of dogs on that Miami defense, including Ruben Bain, who I was texting with. I'll say it. Beast. I don't care. Daniel Jeremiah last night, and I'm like, where's he going to land in the draft? And he just wrote back top 15. Okay, so he's going to see Reuben Bain or a lot of guys like him in the NFL, and he got targeted last night. There's no doubt. He got cheap shotted. I don't know how the hell there was no targeting call on the one that split his lip. Yep. I love Signetti going off of the field at halftime in his quick, usual, nothing's really said chit-chat with sideline reporter and coach heading off into the locker room. He's just like, there were 3 personal foul penalties on our quarterback that were not called in the same drive. And that kid last night, 100% was circled by Miami, and he was circled by Ohio State, who blew him up first play on the Big Ten championship night. And 100% is viewed by a lot of people in this world as soft because he cries when he talks. But I think that's strong, that he's able to show his emotions and still be an absolute beast on the field and a competitor of the first variety. He has checked every box. This play right here, 4th and 4, your coach is saying to you on the sideline, we're going for it, and you're the one who's going to run it. We're not going to use your arm, which they did later on with Charlie Becker. You want to talk about back shoulder throws to a wide receiver. But we're going to run it, and you're going to not only go for the first down, but in the middle of the play, screw it. I am going to leap for the end zone, knowing the team that has been targeting me all night, I'm giving them a free shot.
That was a career, that play that Rich is talking about right there. I mean, if you have a pulse, you've seen it. But, like, I mean, that was a career-defining moment for that guy. Like, I mean, for any doubter that was, you know, on the fence about, oh, should we even take this guy? Like, should we trade our picks, whatever? When you've got a guy that has the balls to do something like that and put your team on your back, like, that's a freaking, I mean, that's who you want in the building. You talk about Mendoza. These are his accomplishments. Just in this past season, Heisman Trophy winner, first-team All-American, Maxwell winner, Walter Camp winner, Davey O'Brien winner, Big Ten Championship MVP, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, broke the Indiana single-season touchdown record. He was 16-0, the first team in college football to do it since 1894, a national champion. This is our guy. Look at those accolades in any team, and you'd be stupid not to take the guy, right? I mean, that's
the thing that cracks me up, Michelle, is that, like, when you see a lot of these pundits out there and the people that are like, even some of the fans and stuff that are like, oh, the Raiders should trade down, whatever. Okay, if that were the Jets, all right, and you as a Raider fan are looking from the outside looking in and you heard that they were wanting to trade out of that position, you'd be like, have you lost your ever-loving mind? Like, there's one slam dunk quarterback in this draft, and we are in the position to secure him. And this is an organization that has been starving for a franchise quarterback since Derek retired, sure, but even probably prior to that, frankly, if we're just being real here, Derek was Derek. We're going to hear from Derek in a minute. And we loved Derek for a good chunk of his career until we did. And so we have starved for this. Why the hell would you not? There's not a scenario yet that's been presented, Michelle, where I've been like, yeah, okay, that's worth it. No.
Yeah, and I know, like, players they obviously are supposed to show up in every game, but a lot of players, when it's a big stage, they buckle and they sort of lose stock in where you think they would go. Watching him play, and you know, this is not my favorite thing to do because I don't like getting locked in on players that we may not end up with, but watching him play, it was really fascinating to see him step up to the challenge of being that great quarterback. And yeah, of course, he's going to need people around him to help him succeed. Every quarterback does. You know, it's not like they can just carry the whole game on their back, but when they need to for that one moment, like watching him run, you're watching and you're thinking, okay, well, they got the first down, he's gonna go, and he was like, no, fuck that, and he like Superman into the end zone, and it's like, oh, those are the moments. That's the quarterback you want on your team. It doesn't, even how could you think, no, we're good. Who else is there? Like,
yeah.
No, because next year's draft class is better. We've been hearing that for my entire life as a football fan.
Same.
Oh, next year's quarterback draft is better. So we need to go ahead and wait. Listen, if you're going to be in a position to draft one of the top quarterbacks in the draft in the next year, it means we're gonna have another shit year. Like, no, I would encourage you to raise your standards, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen, if we draft that young man, and I pray that we do, I'm not gonna come into this thing next year. I've sworn off expectations, and I mean it this time.
Same.
I really I mean it this time. I don't expect the Raiders to win more than 5 games next year, even with Fernando Mendoza at the helm. I'm staying on that. I don't care who else they draft. I don't care what we do in free agency. All I want to see is that, and we're going to talk about head coach in a little bit, but see a performance from a head coach that is encouraging, to see a performance from a young player that is encouraging. I think back to that 2014 season. We've referenced it ad nauseum at this point, but I'm going to continue to do so. We drafted Derek Carr. We drafted Khalil Mack. I know Mack was first, but then they went on to lose 10 straight games. But it was still encouraging as a fan because you saw the building blocks. You saw the future starting to take shape, right? And then we won a few more games the next year, and then we were in the playoffs in 2016. You saw it happen. And Reggie McKenzie and the Raiders organization, Jeff, invested heavily into the offensive line, into giving Derek weapons and guys like Michael Crabtree, right? Like there was a heavy investment in setting him up for success. And we're going to hear from Derek next.
Yeah.
But before we do, I want to hear from you and Michelle too. Like, there's no reason the Raiders, with all of their draft capital, all of the money that we have, can't draft Fernando Mendoza for all the reasons that we are, and we're going to hear more of those even too, for all the intangibles, all the talent, all the smarts, which is one of my favorite things about that kid. He's brilliant. Like, all the reasons to draft him, but then do more. It's not, it doesn't stop just because we draft him.
Yeah.
It's then incumbent upon John Spytek and the Raiders brass to continue to build a team around him to set him up for success.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I mean, I'm with you. I'm not getting like big on the, you know, I'm not going to be, you know, predicting 11 games in a playoff run next year or anything like that. No. But that being said, like by the time this season, next season ends, we can be like, holy shit, like I think we might be a lot closer than what we had initially anticipated, because we do have all this money to spend on offensive line, on secondary, on a wide receiver, what all, you know, and then not to mention all the draft picks that we do have. Like, I mean, we have, I'm telling you, man, this, you know, we're going to talk about the coaching in just a minute, but like, that's a really good looking place to go if you're, you know, a free agent coach or something like that. Like, okay, Fernando Mendoza, Max Crosby, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, $120 million of cap space and 9 draft picks or whatever. Like
10
or 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow, man. Like this could be good.
I think it's, and same, I promise.
Yes.
Pinky promise that I'm not gonna, and I really am not gonna, I need to see some proof at this point. Obviously, head coach, once they start like putting all of the bricks in place, I'll go into the season. And even if we don't have a stellar season, if I need to see that their movement, because that was the problem with this past season. We were patient in the beginning. We're like, okay, you know, they're making changes, like, but every single game there was never an improvement. There was never,
it got worse. Like, it was regression.
It did get worse, yeah. And so that's all I want to see, because obviously it would be a dream to turn a whole team around, but this team is so grotesquely unbalanced that it's going to take some time. But seeing little by little that I'll be in a good place if that's what we get to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're in a position right now where I feel like we could really take some swings this offseason.
Yeah.
You know, not only just with our coach, but like with all this money that we've got, like, I mean, we can make freaking waves this offseason.
Well, because that's important that you say that, because that's another advantage that doesn't get talked about enough, is the advantage of the rookie wage scale. When you draft Fernando Mendoza first overall, or any quarterback first overall, and they are able to perform at a high level, a la Drake May right now, right? Is gonna duke it out with Matt Stafford for MVP this year, and he's on his second year of his contract. You're not paying him $50 million a year. By the time he gets to where he's gonna get that first contract, it's probably going to be a $60 million a year type deal.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not paying $60 million a year. You're paying whatever I don't know what it is for the first overall pick, but say it's 10. Like, that's cheap for somebody that can play at a high level. So then not only do you have that $120 million that you can spend, Jeff, you can continue to spend because you don't have to worry about tying that money up in your quarterback. Yeah. And then there's a 5th-year option to be had. So from 2026 to 2031, you don't have to sweat money for your quarterback. You know what an advantage that is?
Telling you.
If they play well.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, he's got to go out there and ball out. There's no doubt. But if he does, that gives you such a monstrous competitive advantage to not only re-sign the players that you have in-house that you don't want to let go, John Spytek, because you learned that lesson, but then you can acquire free agents and you can be a very attractive bidder for said free agent because you don't have to worry about that $60 million tied up in your goddamn quarterback. Mm-hmm. It's like I said this on the last show too. There is not a scenario someone is capable of presenting to where it makes sense to me that the Raiders don't draft this young man. There is nothing. I'm sorry. There is absolutely not a thing. You can't base it on performance. You can't base it on finances. You can't base it on roster building. You can't base it on draft compensation. There is none of those things add up to go, like Jeff said, nah, we're good. So let's check in with another guy. I don't love Colin Cowherd. I've said it numerous times on the show, if you know. But, hey, look, if you make a good point, you make a good point. And so let's check in with Cowherd.
These number one picks, when they're really the real deal, Stafford, Caleb, Mendoza, John, they're different. There's a difference between a first-round quarterback and a number one pick. And when I watch Mendoza, the size, the toughness, the accuracy, he moves a lot better than people think. He doesn't move as well as, say, Andrew Luck, but he moves better than a Goff or a C.J. Stroud. He's a big, strong kid, obviously committed, humble. There's a humility. To me, he feels like a high-end franchise quarterback. Does he not?
I actually think the pressure's now on the Raiders. Like, he is more than good enough if you build it right to turn around your franchise. I've been floored, I think, the last 4 games. I mean, he's a 100% lock to be the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, nothing's 100% lock, so I'm not going there yet. But I think that it's interesting to make the point there that you got to build up, and that's like what we've been talking about, right? You got to build up around him. Well, so here's our old buddy Derek Carr talking about Fernando Mendoza, and this is really cool because there's a little bit of 2 parts here. So Derek, on like one of their later like podcasts, like a few podcasts ago or whatever.
Yeah.
He was talking about that very, very thing. And
so for the record, I want him to be the quarterback. Yeah. Okay. I'm setting the record straight. Yeah. Okay. But I also want them to do so much around him that when he walks in there, he's the greatest Raider of all time. Yeah.
Okay, so that was his statement. That was like a few shows ago, right?
About Mendoza?
Right. About Mendoza.
Okay.
He wants to be great, but he wants him to be set up for success because he knows that there's all these other areas to build on. Well, in typical internet fashion, right, the internet came for our buddy Derek Carr and said they took that as the Raiders shouldn't draft Derek Carr, or excuse me, Raiders shouldn't draft Fernando Mendoza because there's too many holes to fill. Right, I don't know how that happened. It's Twitter, Michelle. It's,
yeah, you know I love Twitter.
It's a damn battleground there. But anyway, but that's what a lot of people took that as, and so Derek goes on to kind of further explain,
clear the air about that,
to provide some clarity there. And I love this take. This is great.
We gotta right some wrongs.
Oh, okay, let's write them.
I had so many stupid tweets about people saying that the Raiders should not take Mendoza. Drove me absolutely. I even texted Brandon about it. I said,
are you saying because people were giving you a hard time that you said they shouldn't take him?
They said that I said that they should not take him.
Oh, that's not what you said.
I said they should not take him unless they fix everything else.
Exactly. So if you can go spend the money and fix everything else.
So for the record, he should absolutely be the first overall pick, which I said he is the undoubtedly number 1 overall
Especially
pick.
After that scramble on 4th and 5th.
It was amazing.
That quarterback run.
I want to see him in silver and black so bad.
That was great.
I love him.
That was great.
But I don't want to see him get beat down and see that happy face not be able to look into that camera during that interview.
Even when his lip got bloody, I was sad.
I was sad. Like he's
don't
the
hit
first
him
player I've
like
actually,
that.
yeah, don't touch him.
Don't touch him.
Mendoza's the #1 overall pick, but in free agency, you better spend every bit of your money to put it around him.
I think that is an incredibly salient point right there, Michelle.
Yeah, I literally, when we were watching the game, every time they got close, I was like, don't hurt our quarterback. Like, what are you doing?
real.
Don't hurt our quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. And I think, okay, this is going to be sound like a dumb statement, but people are putting so much stock that we have the first round pick. Yeah, great. Get your quarterback. There's so much more work that can be done once you've established that. Once you make that pick, you've got the guy. There's more picks. That's not where the draft ends. The draft doesn't end there. And then all the money there is to be, hopefully they've got people in the building that know how to make moves. And that's how but you have to start. You can't start putting the roof trusses on. I know I've already talked about houses being built, but you can't put the roof trusses up until you have something to build on. And that's where you have to start. There's no NFL team that doesn't have their quarterback that doesn't do well. It just, Look at how many times we've tried with shitty Band-Aid quarterbacks. Good Lord, please. No, just get the quarterback.
Well, and you know what that does, Michelle, and that's a great point, because what it does, Jeff, is it leads to an improper order of the cascading of needs.
Yeah.
So it's like once you draft that first round quarterback, you are clearly dedicated to him as your quarterback of the future. Like that's gonna be the one. And I know some guys, after 1 year or whatever, they get injured and they flame out. Malik Willis and Anthony Richardson. Well, I get it. Like there are cases where players don't do well out of the gate and then you move on quickly. I get that. But all things considered, you're gonna have faith and trust in a guy like Fernando Mendoza to propel your team to success over the next 5 years before he gets that next contract. So all that said, it's like, okay, that's done. Box checked. That's box number 1.
Yeah.
It should be the one at the top of the list.
So box number 1's done. Now what do we got to do?
Right.
Protect his ass.
Protect his ass. Get him a weapon. Make sure he stays off the field, or isn't off the field for a long time because we've got a badass defense. There's boxes that need to be checked, but that number 1 box is a franchise quarterback. Like Michelle said, it's the foundation of your entire organization. You live and die by how successful your quarterback can be in this league. And so, so if it's not, and we've seen a lot of not, we saw a few flashes in the pan, even with Derek. I felt like with Derek, there was foundation. It was
sure.
It was stability
for a long time.
Yeah. But the blueprint that they had back in 2014 when they got Derek was okay, we got Derek. Now let's build a wall around him. Let's do all this stuff. I love that Derek said that because that's what the Raiders did for him.
Come on,
you know
bro.
what I mean? That's exactly what they did. So of course that's what he wants to do.
Yes.
Because he sees himself
That's
in
right.
Mendoza a little bit.
Preach.
I don't want to get my ass kicked out here. Come on, man, give me some people that can, keep these defenders away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me somebody to throw to.
Yep.
And give me time to do it.
Yep. 100%.
There's no world where this can't happen with Fernando Mendoza. All right, I'm gonna give you one more. So this is David Pollock, former Georgia Bulldog, who he was great on NFL game or not NFL game day. I'll get it up. College game day. He was great, but then ESPN let him go. But now he's doing his own thing, and he's one of our Believe brothers here on the Believe Network. So let's check in with David Pollock.
The reason why Indiana won. It's as simple as this, man. The reason why this team came together and the reason why they just did what they did, when your best players are also the best humans on your team, it spreads to every single person. Mendoza has the character, the guts, the game. He's going to put it on the line for his teammates. He's going to say the right things. He's going to give his teammates the shine. When your best player does that, when your best player is that, you win championships. That's what separates you from everyone else. I told you the Final Four, whoever had Mendoza was going to win.
I love that, Michelle. It's these are the things and you hear from all these guys that are these are former college athletes. These are former pro athletes. These are the highest level of media when it comes to reporting on the NFL. All of them have mentioned in one way or another the intangibles, the smarts. It's somebody compared him earlier about his mobility, not quite Andrew Luck. I think that was Coward that said that, and I agree with that. But when it comes to smarts, this kid we're talking Peyton Manning level. We're talking Andrew Luck level. We're talking like some of the smartest quarterbacks that have ever played in the league. That's what you're getting with Fernando Mendoza. Give me that guy that's got that kind of ability to process.
Yeah.
That makes such a huge difference when you're trying to adjust to the speed of the next level.
Yeah.
Like being able to read a defense, right? You know what I'm saying?
And I think having a quarterback like that in the locker room raises everybody's ability and spirits just to do better, because and I'm not saying that they can't trust, like a Band-Aid quarterback. I guess they kind of can because they have to, but this feels different. And I don't remember the last time the Raiders were in the position to grab a guy like this. It's been a really long time, and it just blows my mind that it isn't. This is what needs to be done.
Yes,
I can't believe that this is even an argument or a.
Well, I think probably 90% of folks. I'm hoping.
Yeah,
anyways,
me too.
I think that
I'd love to believe that.
I love to I can't read the chat room as we're doing the show, but I love to always go back and catch up with that. I love to hear what the chat room has to say, but it's I'll bet you most of the people in the chat room are vibing with us in terms of it's a slam dunk.
100%.
I know a lot of the people I interact with on the Twitters, they are 100% like that. There are some chuckleheads that are out there that are just whatever for all the reasons. But I think this is a Raider Nation collective.
This is pretty unanimous.
Just about a slam
It's
dunk.
pretty much unanimous, and it's unanimous amongst Raider Nation, but I feel like it's probably at this point pretty much unanimous among the front office, the ownership, the we don't have the coach yet, but like the GM, all that stuff. I mean, you see Mark Davis, you see John Spytek, you see Tom Brady on the sideline of that national championship game, and they weren't there for any other reason but scouting their guy. You know what I mean? But you look at even the organization, the players and all that stuff. We were just talking about, when you have a guy like this with the money, with the, rookie contracts and all that stuff, Max Crosby knows that the window is now. You know what I mean? If we're going to build a juggernaut, let's do it here in the next 5 years. You know what I mean? You don't think those players know that too? So of course all these players are going to be like, yes, let's go get our guy. Let's try something different. Let's try something new, and let's build it for 5 years and see what the hell we can do.
Yeah, watch us not draft the guy, and then in the press conference post-draft, John Spytek go to the podium and go, we got a lot of faith in Geno Smith, and we're going to go ahead and roll with him this year. You don't think that the next day Max Crosby's going to go, get me the hell out of here.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, get me the hell out of here.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
It's not going to happen.
Exactly. Mendoza is the guy that's going to want. Other players want to be around a guy like that. The grittiness, the smarts that kid has.
That's what we were just talking about.
Talking about that. I mean, the progressions that he did during that game, unbelievable, man. It's absolutely perfect. And what player doesn't want to be around something like that and make you want to play better?
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
100%. All right. So you mentioned the head coach there, Swag Jeff. Go ahead and hit an audio break for us, and then we're going to talk about this coaching search. Did I really just spill a drink on you?
Yeah, you spilled a cocktail all over me.
Is that how much on you is it?
It's in my shoe. It's in my everything. My brand new shoes that I just got. Oh yeah.
Critique yourself. What am I saying now?
So Raiders Fan Radio. This is Swag Jeff and Michelle.
Raiders Fan Radio. Okay. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Hey, my name is Lincoln Kennedy, and you are listening to Raider Fan Radio with Murf, Swag. I'm sorry. Let's do that.
No, it's okay.
Swag.
Swag Jeff.
Swag Jeff. Michelle.
And Michelle,
that's
yes.
Simple.
Yeah, that's like
Murf, Swag, Jeff, and Michelle. Okay.
There we go.
This is Lincoln Kennedy, and you're listening to Raider Fan Radio with Murf, Swag, Jeff, and Michelle.
Thank you very much,
Lincoln.
sir.
Appreciate you so much.
That's great.
Hey, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Give it up for the legend, Lincoln.
Yeah, that was great.
The
That's
legend himself, man.
That is so cool.
The Raiders are believed to be focusing on an offensive-minded head coach to pair with the likely number 1 overall pick in Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, alongside weapons like Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. I've heard a lot of Clint Kubiak and Davis Webb mentioned here. Jesse Minter, a defensive-minded coach, has come up as well. But within league circles, the belief is that this will ultimately be an offensive hire. The question is simply, who will that be? Now, John Spytek and Tom Brady will make that decision collectively. It's probably worth mentioning that Brady has been calling a number of Seahawks games of late and has another one Sunday in the NFC Championship game. Why is that important? Because Brady's had a firsthand look at Clint Kubiak's offense. And he's been putting on a master class on how to run an offense predicated on explosiveness, balance, and brilliance.
All right, Swag Jeff. We've got a lot of candidates that have been coming in. We know they've been doing interviews around this national championship game while they were down there. Oh my gosh, the guy's name is escaping me. The defensive coordinator from the Panthers. It's Ijiro. You guys know who you're talking about. He's gotten a second interview, and I was going to say, if it were to go defensive side of the ball, I would pick one of those two guys. I mean, what our guy did in Carolina this year was incredible. Like, they overachieved. Sure. Like, when you see that happening out of a defensive coordinator and a defense, it's like, okay, yeah, great. But that said, I'm curious to, like, if the defensive job interviews aren't based on already they have identified who the head coach is going to be, and these are maybe some other guys that would be considered for defensive coordinator because Patrick Graham ain't coming back.
No.
Right? And so I'm curious if that's the way that this thing is going to go. Anyways, all that said, I think the favorite in the clubhouse has got to be Clint Kubiak. And exactly that point there that Jordan Schultz was making is that, you know, it's an offensive-minded head coach. It's just the way that not only the league is going, but I think that it's important to, if you're going to get this young man in to play quarterback and you're going to pair him up with somebody to coach him, I think that consistency is a big damn deal. And when you look at, like we talk about Derek a lot tonight, one of the things that was very detrimental to Derek's career was their inability to retain an offensive coordinator. I mean, he bounced around through a million different coordinators.
100%.
Obviously, he did the best with Musgrave, but it's like when you're changing out these guys constantly, going from Musgrave to Downing to whatever, you know what I mean? Like, so it would be nice to give some consistency there, a la, you know, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Like, give me one play caller. Give me, you know, Sean Payton and Drew Brees or whatever. Like, have the guy that's helming the team, calling the plays, and handling the quarterback. Like, I just think that that's a nice fit. It's a nice way to get a complete fresh start on this thing. And I think that it's important for the Raiders to consider that. Now, listen, that's easy for me to say. As a fan, I can't imagine that that's not, like, on their high list of priority,
right,
to make it somebody offensive. Now, that said, if you've identified, you know, one or two or even maybe three guys that you would want to take that role and they're not available because they're choosing other jobs or otherwise, then you want to go to a defensive guy. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. If that's what you got to do and that's your best candidate, then that's fine. But then you got to deal with the idea of turnover when the offensive coordinator, whoever they do bring in, has any kind of success. And I've had a few folks come back with, well, that would be a nice problem to have. Let's worry about, you know, the idea that our defensive coordinator or our offensive coordinator would be good enough to move on before we worry about the longevity of it. And I'm like, well, let's just avoid it entirely. Let's just bring in an offensive head coach that can call the plays.
Exactly.
And then we don't even got to consider that going forward. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. Yeah, you look at a team like Detroit this year. Look what they did last year. The offense that they just a powerhouse freaking offense, but they had an amazing offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson. Well, Ben Johnson leaves and they bring in someone else and they had like all the same pieces there. It just looked different. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think anyone, you know,
they tanked their season, frankly.
Really
because they lost both their coordinators. But, like, that did it. And, like, why 100%. Would you want to subject your team to that?
Exactly. And, you know, and when you have the number one pick and you have a guy like Mendoza that's sitting there on the board at 1, ready to go, I don't really see why would you focus on the defense at that point? Like, I mean, I know that defense is a big thing too, and defense wins championships and all that stuff, but like pair up your guy, an offensive guy, with your number 1 overall pick quarterback. You know, so you look at, like, you just brought up Kubiak. Mike LaFleur is another guy, the offensive coordinator for the Rams. So, like, I mean, you know, and so one of those guys is going to be available at the end of the weekend. whoever that is. So whoever loses that game, they're going to be ready to be hired. So I mean, I like that they've interviewed Minter for a second time and all that stuff, just in case. I think, was he let go from the Chargers? Was he let go? Because that could be a thing. You're right. He could move into a defensive coordinator role with the team.
He wasn't let go. He's getting promoted.
Oh, he's getting promoted.
Yeah, and so and same thing like with Davis Webb. When you look at Davis Webb, that guy's getting promoted, right? And so I don't love the idea of Davis Webb as a head coach, but I think that, again, the reason that they're interviewing him is that that's a guy, because who was it that was saying it the other day? I can't remember who it was. It was another former head coach. Oh, it was Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians was talking, he was on with McAfee, and Bruce Arians was talking about the idea that he doesn't like the idea of a first-year head coach also being a play caller. He's like, that's a lot. That's a lot to be the head coach and to be the play caller at the same time. He wants to see those guys progress into an offensive coordinator role, and then you move in to the head coach role. So, like, if they did hire a guy like Jesse Minter, well, then that's where Davis Webb comes in, is your new OC, your play caller. But then again, going back to the whole point that I go full circle here, if Davis Webb does great as your offensive coordinator and the Raiders win a playoff game, God forbid, 2 years from now, guess what? He's going to be a head coaching candidate. We're going to be looking for another goddamn head coach, Michelle.
Yeah, why kick it down the road if you can get it right this time? It just doesn't make sense to push that, we'll worry about that. No, do it now, and then you don't have to worry about what's down the road. That makes the most sense.
And doesn't it make sense to you too to have him be an offensive? Like, am I overthinking it? Like the idea, like it seems like a nice pairing to have a younger offensive head coach paired up with your first year rookie quarterback. They can grow together. They can, you know what I'm saying?
That's like the dream. That's the dream, not only for the coach, but also for the quarterback. Like that's the perfect pairing to put both of them in the position for success.
Yeah, let's build this shit together.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. What's the chat room saying in there?
Let's see here. Common sense, Michelle, is what Paul says right there.
Oh, right on.
Minter just got hired in Baltimore, is what Big Fonz just said.
Well, as the head coach?
I guess so.
I would assume so.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So there you go.
Well, yeah, because they're not going to hire a defensive coordinator before they hire the head coach. So there you go.
Yep.
That's an interesting fit right there. Seeing him go. So, wow. So where's Shula? I thought Shula was going to, because he's a defensive guy too. I thought Shula might be a good fit for Baltimore. But now Minter going there.
Where does McDermott fall on all this?
I don't know, man. Might he be on the out?
Like just not going to coach anymore?
No, not anymore. But I mean, out of this cycle. Where else? Where's he a fit?
I don't know.
I mean, he would be the kind of guy that, like, if the Raiders absolutely couldn't get anybody, and I don't think that's the case, too. That's the other thing, too, is that, like, a lot of people are out there, not a lot of people. There's some opinions out there that are like, who's going to want to go coach the Raiders? They have so much turnover. They have $120 million in cap room. They have 10 draft picks. They have the #1 overall pick. And you're going to report directly to Tom Brady and John Spytek. The end. There you go. There's the answer. Like, yes, it's an attractive job for the first time, and maybe it's the most attractive it's ever been. Despite the performance of the team, they're not having to deal with Oakland anymore. They're not having to deal with the facilities challenges that they had in Oakland. Now you're talking about premier top-notch facilities.
Yep.
You're not, ultimately you're reporting to Mark Davis, but that's not your direct report. Your direct report is John Spytek and Tom Brady. You know what I mean? What else could you want, especially as an offensive guy? Like, yeah, let my boss be the guy that won 7 goddamn Super Bowls. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, it starts to like it. And I thought this was going to form sooner. Like when Tom first started getting rumored to be involved, all that kind of stuff, I thought this was going to go this way sooner. But I think now this is the year it finally is. And so I don't think they've got their pick. I think that there's some folks out there too that are being like, what are the Raiders waiting for? And we got to get our guy. And I think they've identified their guy, and I think that he's in the playoffs. And if for some reason they don't get that guy, listen, they're not going to wait around for a maybe. Yeah. They're not going to wait around to get left at the altar by Clint Kubiak. If Clint Kubiak wasn't interested in the job, I'm sure he would have told them by now, and the Raiders would have moved on to somebody else and targeted somebody else, and probably made an announcement at some other point.
Yeah, I don't think Minter. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't think Minter to the Ravens is actually official yet.
Is that somebody reporting tweets or some shit?
Yeah, but they're saying it's fully expected to because they brought him in for a second interview, and apparently that's pretty much a done deal. But
sense.
it's not official yet.
I get, a defensive guy going to Baltimore, sure, like of course, you know what I mean. So
yep.
But anyways, so back to your McDermott question, like you start like how many we got left now? 4, 5 jobs? Like it ain't many. Like right after I see the list, if it was in front of me, I'm sure the chat.
Yeah, because Miami's hired theirs.
Titans
hired theirs.
Giants.
So yeah, so if you got Pittsburgh, you got Buffalo, you got us. Who else?
Falcons hired theirs.
And Falcons hired theirs.
Falcons hired Stefanski, right?
Oh my gosh, did you see that Baker tweet?
Oh man,
holy shit! I did.
Shots fired.
That's gonna be
I love
dope,
Baker Mayfield
bro.
for that.
I love that.
I love it. That, you know what? I love somebody brought up there like hate's coming back to football.
Yeah.
Like good.
Yeah.
For rivals?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not saying just go around being a dick and being unsportsmanlike or anything like that. I would never advocate for that or you know what I mean? But I love the Ben Johnson versus the Packers thing. I love it that they hate each other. Good, you should. You're one of the all-time great rivalries in the history of this sport. Now you've got this going on with Baker and the freaking Buccaneers versus Stefanski and the Falcons. Good.
Yep.
I'm glad you don't like each other. Guess what? I'm going to watch the shit out of those 2 games next year.
Yep.
And I'm going to love every minute of it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it that we shouldn't like the Denver Broncos. We shouldn't like the Chargers or the Chiefs. We should not get along.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you singing Kumbaya and freaking trading jerseys and smiling and hugging after the game. No, I want to see some freaking elbow checks on the way off the field, man.
When Lamont and I first got together, he was not a big NFL watcher. And so when the Raiders would not make the playoffs or whatever, he would be like, oh, so within the division, who do you want to see? And I was like, no one within the division, but because in the South, SEC.
Oh, SEC.
It's a while to me, but I was like, hell no, no. And I had to train him.
Oh my
that
gosh.
We do not. No.
That's wild. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand that because my family and my. They're all Michigan. They're big Michigan fans and stuff like that. Well, let's root for the Big Ten. Hell no. Fuck the Big Ten. You know what I mean? I'm a Tennessee guy. You ain't gonna catch me dead rooting for Alabama.
I was
Get
gonna
the fuck
say,
out of here. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. You're gonna root for Florida to win a national championship?
Exactly. Exactly. No.
Hell no.
Oh my God.
That's what's nice about being a college football fan agnostic.
Oh yes,
I root for whoever the hell I want to root for.
That's right.
The only rooting interest I have is MTSU because they're our alma mater, and I lived in South Florida for a while, so I kind of like Miami. But I didn't like them enough to not root for Fernando Mendoza and wear this shit on the show.
Clearly. Yeah, right.
Because the Raiders are that's the pinnacle of my fandom. It's the Raiders. Whatever helps the Raiders be better, that's what I'm a fan of. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. All right, so
100%. Ron says the Browns and Cardinals are still vacant as well.
Oh,
and Browns and Cardinals. Okay, so what was that? 5 total jobs, right? Yeah,
5 or 6. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, let's hear from our buddies at HTO, and then Swag Jeff, go ahead and take us to the Sea of Fans. Thank you, Justin at HTO. By the way, what a good guy.
What a great dude.
Go.
Need some refreshment? Sip Real. At HTO, you can dive into dozens of flavors of real and real refreshing iced tea. Mix and match your faves or grab a gallon to go. HTO. Real tea, real refreshing.
HTO. It fucks hard.
It'll always be good.
Always be good.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's caught, he's thrown. It is. Oh, he caught it.
Hey, somebody shout the chat room real quick, please, before I get into this.
I got the emails.
Oh, you got
up.
the emails.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
sorry.
Let's see. Jay and PA is in there. Ron the Mater Raider is in there. Big Fawn's in there. Paul is in there. Colorado Raider in there. Jay Morris in there.
Behind enemy lines.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mr. Wilson is in there. Let's see here. Ron the Mater Raider, I think I said. Yoshi, who was in there dropping memberships to folks. Yeah, he was gifting some
Yoshi.
membership. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, Pirate 1975 is in there, and I think he actually. Let me scroll up here. I think he had a super chat. Let's see.
Hit them super
Pirate
chats,
1975 says been a long time Raider fan, such as many of us in here, and is it finally safe to get our hopes up? Why am I still feeling a tad bit hesitant? I'm excited, but I've been excited many seasons before. Thoughts? Go Raiders! With a $20 donation on One Nation.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Say that one more time. Tell me the last part there when he said thoughts.
He's kind of hesitant about being excited and having his hopes up. He said he's been excited before, but
sure. Okay.
but he's been excited many seasons before. So does this feel different?
Yeah, well, I would love to say it does, but I've said that so many times that I'm embarrassed to ever say it again, Michelle. So I'm not going to say it does feel different, but I will say this scenario is different.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It does feel a little different.
I was going to say too.
Damn it. Don't do it. Don't
say
do
that
it.
shit, Michelle. Say with your chest.
It does feel a little different, but I'm not jumping off the cliff yet, but it does feel a little different.
It's a unique scenario that we haven't.
Yes.
It's a position we haven't been in as fans or as the organization for a very, very long time, in 20 years.
Yeah.
So let's pray
that we're not getting love bombed.
That to Saint Mendoza, that this is the one time that we'll get this one correct, and it won't go the direction of a Jamar. Listen, there's no world where Fernando Mendoza does the same shenanigans as Jamarcus Russell did. There's no world where that ever happens. Yeah. So it is fair then to answer his question. It is fair to have the expectations that, yes, this is going to be different. That said, it hasn't happened yet. And that's where I'm going to meter my feelings and meter my expectations, that until we see it, until like what you were talking about, Michelle, until I see 6-2 to start off a season, don't you smile at me, Swag Jeff. It ain't going to happen, motherfucker. It is not going to happen. The Raiders have relieved me from the burden of expectation. The end.
They hadn't relieved me of shit yet. I'm going to sit over here. We're 2-0. I'm going to be sitting over here smiling from ear to ear. Like, we're back, baby. Yeah.
And that's fair. That's fine for you.
Yeah, it is fine for me.
I'm not going there, man. I'm not doing
Murf
it.
is protecting his heart.
I am. The Bible says, number one, guard your heart.
This motherfucker's guarding his heart with a Mendoza jersey on right now. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
True. Wow.
Jeez.
I'm going to guard.
Oh, Jeff.
I know.
Counteracts your scripture.
That was kind of like what Mendoza did when he was like, let's fucking
go. Yeah.
Let's fucking go!
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Hey, Vada is in the chat right there. Said, hey, I just found y'all. I'll be listening more.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, so here in the Sea of Fans mailbag, we hear from you because more of you and less of us is a good thing. So this is where you can email the show at any time at show, that's SHOW, at RaidersFanRadio.com, or you can call the show at 909-345-3346. If you leave a message and we play it 3 or more times, you could become the next made man or made maiden, or you can email the show an indefinite amount of times, and if we read those, then you can become a made man or made maiden that way.
You all right?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, just
Did you tell him about the email twice just then?
I think I might have.
Yeah. Or you can call the show.
I already said that too.
I know. But just in case.
Twice now.
Yeah.
Let's go for 3.
There you go.
So you can call the show at 909-345-3346, or you can email the show at show.
Oh, we had to hit that the third time. You skipped it twice.
You did this.
Hey, you did this.
That is true.
You brought this shit on yourself. SHOW at RaidersFanRadio.com. And Michelle always has the honor of reading your emails. And Michelle, who do we have tonight?
We have James Williams. And the first 2 that I'm going to read came in a couple days after the last show. So before the weekend. This is James Williams. Good morning, family. Sorry I've been missing in action, but life happens. I would like to start off by saying I'm super excited about finally getting the chance to get the franchise quarterback, and hopefully Spytech don't screw this up. Over $100 million in cap space, and hopefully it is spent in a positive way. Also, Spytech finally setting things straight with the fan base by saying that it's going to take multiple years to fix, and we need to give him the opportunity to fix things. Now, I am currently listening to the show, and I have an argument as to why the head coaching job is not as attractive as you think. Job security. The Raiders have not shown or proven to provide job security in that particular position. So if I'm a highly recruited coach for this position, my number one question and concern is if I'm going to uproot my family to come to Vegas, will you give the fair opportunity to try and fix this? Please don't shoot me. I'm just voicing a concern. The organization needs to make the correct decision because the pool will get smaller and smaller for the Raiders. That's James Williams.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess that probably is a coach is going to want.
He's going to want security.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which he
sure.
should have. He should get that.
I think so. I think the difference with that one is that, you know, everyone knows who the quarterback is going to be coming in. I feel like these other coaches have come in and said, well, I've got my, you know, Josh McDaniels had Jimmy Garoppolo. Pete Carroll had Geno Smith. You know, Antonio Pierce had nobody and didn't, you know, he didn't know enough people to, you know, make a call like that or anything like that. But yeah, no, I think, you know, I mean, I feel like with that, you know, that like, okay, they're going to give me a minute to cook here.
Yeah.
You know,
and
see.
coming in as the head coach, knowing you have the first pick and knowing you're going to be getting, I think that the security feels a little bit stronger than just coming in and having to piece together the team.
Yes.
Nightmare.
Agreed.
Okay. Next is Soren.
Hey, Soren.
Hi, Murf, Michelle, and that other guy with the granny hat. Is 2 jokes regarding Jeff too much for a greeting? I was wondering if I could get your take on the beat writer situation. Now that Benny's leaving the LVRJ and we lost Vic and Tashawn earlier this year, and they have not been replaced in a podcast capacity, I know that you guys don't listen that much to other Raiders podcasts, but for me, living in Denmark, I really appreciate hearing what the beat writers see, hear, and pick up. I would also like to send a last FU to Pete. We no longer talk about Raiders that are no longer a part of the Raiders, but Jesus, how can you come in and swing your D around talking about never won less than 9 games, and then you fire 2 coordinators before the halfway point, and you bring in your sons and a handful of players from the Seahawks, and then you have an average score of 14 points for and 25, 5 points against. The worst thing about last season might have been the phrase, everybody has a boss, that fans have picked up from Hondo, which lets Pete off the hook on everything. Ups the O-line. The O-line was horrible. Well, Brandon Carroll has a boss. We are not using Genty or JPJ. Well, Pete has a boss. It made me sick to my stomach that Pete never took accountability for anything or his son's actions. We had a championship practice all week. Pete should have been fired after he said that for the 3rd time. Because of everyone is bought in and practice like champions, then why did we suck every week? We took the field. I was so sick and tired of Pete's bullshit and excuses. I'm so happy he's gone. Sorry for the rant. That was not planned. My fingers just kept typing. I'm sorry for that, Michelle. And that is Soren in Denmark.
Nice, Soren.
Yeah.
Thank you, Soren in Denmark.
Thank you, Soren. All right, next we have Jay Morse. Hey, RFR crew, it's Jay from Syracuse, New York. Shout out to the Salt City Silver and Black. Anyways, there's a really underrated factor in doing all of these interviews other than just finding the right candidate. Every interview they do, they are getting insight from all the other coaches on what they think will make the Raiders better. They are getting so much information from outside of the information that can be used with the next regime. I'm sure they do plenty of interviews with coaches they don't plan on hiring, but they want to pick their brain. At this point, I want Kubiak. I'm interested in Davis Webb and LaFleur too. Either way, I'm sure our next coach is still coaching. I want to stay away from the long-tenured coaches, and I think they will. I just can't imagine McDermott or Tomlin would be as hungry as a first-time up-and-comer. With that said, they were closer now. Fernando, every hour, every minute seemed to last eternity. I am so afraid they won't draft Fernando. It's going to be a long offseason, but finally the season is over and we can have fun again. That was Jay Morse.
Hey,
nice. Thanks, Jay.
I love that sentiment. It's such a Raider fan thing to say. Well, now that the season's over, we can have more fun.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. Next, we have Martin.
Martin.
Hey, friends. So our hero has done it again, cementing his place as the number one talent waiting to be plucked into obscurity with the Raiders. The man whose mere name makes urban Americans burst into refrains of a 1970s Swedish pop ballad, surely his greatest accomplishment of all. All the talk about a new head coach out there for all to read and listen to, so I'll just say I'm convinced by those I trust that Clint Kubiak is not only a relatively low 25 points in Scrapple, but a sound choice as a rookie head coach with Mendoza and his style of play in mind. All they need to do now is nail down our new coaching staff and remember to pick Mendoza in April. And finally, shout out to the chat, to the One Nation Foundation and its partners, the sponsors, and go Raiders. Martin,
Damn, you see that look I just got from Michelle?
That ass, bro.
God dang.
Made man 9 times.
That's the most afraid I've been in a long time.
Yeah,
man.
for real, dude.
9 times.
So she looked at that one Cowboys fan at the Aria that one time.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Jeez.
He's really lucky.
It's a good thing there's 2 desks between us.
Holy cow.
Oh, my gosh.
9 times Sizzler recipient, 3-time Fanny Award winner, 2025 Made Man of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Polly Award winner, proud advocate of Peggy's Zingers, and your friend from across the pond, Martin.
It's okay.
That was Martin. Yeah.
Can't wait to go back and
Don't
see
let
that.
it happen again.
Holy shit.
Next we have Paul.
Paul.
Make sure it's okay to say that.
Man, now I feel bad for Lamont.
Now
Man. I know
wait for
he's
my
on the
cue.
wrong end of that
Listen,
gaze.
I know you've seen that look before. I know Val was giving that same look.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I got it earlier today because it's cold here, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it gets warm inside the house, and so I put the thermostat. I turned the thermostat down, and she came over. And she goes, "Who turned the fucking thermostat down to 64?" And I'm like,
"Oh, geez,
I don't know." And she goes, "I know." And she kept going. Yes, ma'am.
Ew, 64. What the shit? That's cold.
I run hot.
Yeah, well.
My gosh, dude.
What?
That's just, that's cold.
That's freezing.
What are you doing?
I'm fine.
You might as well have left it off.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. I thought Val was going to punch me for sure.
That look was valid for that. Yeah. Paul, I hope you're all doing well. I've made no secret of the fact that I'm all in on drafting Fernando Mendoza. He has to be our pick in April. However, I continue to see some on social media saying, what if Spytek and Brady aren't sold on him? What if they decide to pick somebody else, then trade for someone like Lamar Jackson, especially now that Dante Moore has confirmed he's going back to college and the value of the number 1 pick has increased in value. Think of all the extra picks. Personally, I don't believe that argument is a viable option. And then Monday night, Spytek, Brady, and Mark Davis all rocked up in Miami to see our boy Mendoza with the natty. The number 1 pick is in the bag for me, and there should be no trades and no shocks going forward as far as that's concerned. As confident as I am with the number 1 pick, the head coach position, I'm not so sure, especially now that Buffalo has fired Sean McDermott. I really don't know which way we're going with things. My feelings are still the same. As much as I like and admire Mike Tomlin and Sean McDermott, I still prefer us to go for someone younger like Clint Kubiak. A total fresh start is what we need. I have a dilemma for the next few weeks. Let me explain. I hate the Denver Broncos. If I need a reason other than being a Raider, then John Elway, Mike Shanahan, and Terrell Davis should paint the picture for you.
Come on.
I cannot see them win another Lombardi trophy. I hate them so much. Seeing Bo Nix hurt pleases me because it likely screws their chances of winning what has become a wide-open Super Bowl race. He broke his ankle at the right time, so good on him. And while he's a Bronco, I hope the ankle heals badly and he walks sideways for the next few years. I'm kind of like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas when it comes to this kind of thing. Just next we come to New England. Can't have them winning anything either because of that hateful pile of dirt in the visor, that fat-eared fraudulent scoop of dog shit McWeenie. Then we have the Rams, and I'm with Graf on this one. I want to see Devontae Adams retired without a ring. Same. So that just leaves the Seahawks. I'm an old fart that remembers the old AFC West days.
Yeah.
My formative Raiders years were built on disliking them, and it's never really gone away. They are playing their best football at the minute, though, and are likely to win it all. I guess I'm okay with that because I hate them less. And finally,
Finally,
I'll finish this week's email on a musical theme. Jim Cornelison should be given the job of singing the national anthem at every major sporting event. His voice, commitment, and pride is wonderful. And after Vinny and the gang's excellent rendition of Paradise by the Dashboard Light, available to see now, America, go to the YouTubes, they surely have to do a version of Fernando by ABBA. Oh, that would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi. Paul Award winner 2019-2022. Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020. Made Man of the Year 2024. RFR Maverick Award winner 2025. BRT Scissors scorekeeper. Proud Made Man.
Five time.
Times 5. Winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Atta boy, Paul.
Paul, your name Paul?
Paul. I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
Darn right you are. There was a point that he made in there. What was it? Oh, I wanted to talk on it. Towards the end of his email. Do you have it handy?
I do, yeah. Let me pull it up. Let's see.
Okay, because I want to honor his email because he made a really good point in there.
Okay, well, let me go to okay. He expressed strong confidence in drafting Mendoza first overall, despite the rumors of trading him.
Yes. Oh, the trade.
Oh, okay.
That was what it was. So he was talking about the trade for Lamar. Now, because some people are like, oh, you should trade for Lamar. There was even one person that was so goofy that was like, well, trade for Lamar and draft Mendoza. I'm like, huh? Like, how do you do that?
No,
like, because if you're trading for Lamar, you're trading the number 1 pick. So I would have endorsed that last year. I would have endorsed that year before last. I would have endorsed that highly, frankly, before now. Now that we're in a position to draft the young man first overall and then take advantage of all the benefits that follow, I'm not on board with that. And I think it's a silly notion at this point that the Raiders would that they would trade for Lamar Jackson. And why would the Ravens even entertain that? Like, why would they even want to? They've got their guy. He's an MVP. Like, what the hell? I know that he's still chasing that title, but still, man, like, it doesn't.
That makes sense.
To me, that's fan shit.
I was just going to say, I feel like this is the season for dream scenarios. Like, oh, I wish we could put Tom Brady in a time machine and bring back, and draft him, trade him for it feels like this is the moment where people can just build their dream.
Wild scenarios. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, no, it's no. Just get the quarterback. Just stay where you're at. Get the quarterback. All right, next up, we're going to get to the phone calls. We've got some great phone calls tonight, and we're going to kick it off with our buddy Steve in San Diego.
Hey, what's up, guys? Steve from San Diego. Hey, is this Raiders Fan Radio or Random Radio? You got random times for radio, like you're on a Monday or a Tuesday or maybe a Thursday or Wednesday. Who knows? You get a day and you get a day. But, Tom Brady's on the clock. It's up to him now. Really, it's still Mark Davis because you elected him, but it's on Tom Brady. We only accept the Super Bowl now. That's it. That's all you get. Listen, Mark Davis says he really wants to win, but he kept, getting away from him. We have Bisaggia, a Raider, and he goes away to get a Patriot. And then you go away and you went back to Raiders, Antonio Pierce and Champ Kelly, and you had Raiders in the building. You remember how it felt for those games? Remember that Denver game and everybody chanting for Antonio Pierce? And then you went and got a Charger. Yeah, go ask Tom Telesco. You want to know what the problem last year? Go ask Tom Telesco. And then you keep going away from that. You have all kinds. You have Buccaneers, Patriots, and Chargers. Who's running the team? Is it Raiders or who is really running this team? Anyway, so Tom Brady right now is on the clock, and hopefully we'll win. Actually, you're going to have to win because that's all we'll accept. You want to make amends with Raiders fans. That's the way it goes. But I'll tell you what. Don't tell me Mark Davis really wants to win, Hondo. When I keep hearing,
Boy, Hondo
when I see him
tonight.
laughing and smiling in the booth, and we're losing horribly, that's not a win. I bet you if he knew that there was a clause that Al Davis said, son, if you don't win, you lose your inheritance. I bet you'd care then, because if Al Davis didn't win, guess what? He lost money, so he had to win. But anyway, only incentive will really make things happen. So you better win, Tom Brady. But I'm telling you, we already had Raiders in the building, running the team, and you went away from that. So it's on you. I don't know what to say. Upcoming. Hopefully we'll do it right, get it right. I kind of like the idea of that guy Davis Webb, new guy, 30 years old. Hey, McVay was 30 when he started, and so was Madden was 32 when he started. So take a swing, because if it happens, who knows? It may be great. But right at this point, you're going back to rebuilding when you were already built up. And Mayock said we'd already be contending for titles if we had kept Bisaccia. Yeah, that just doesn't that just kill you? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Ooh, he just snuck it in there. Wow. I had my finger on the button. Google Voice was looming.
Yep. So what did he say right there at the end that Mike Mayock has come out and said that the Raiders would be competing for championships right now if they kept Bisaccia?
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know. That's kind of a far-fetched statement, but I think that the point was, though, is that they had a solid head coach and leader in the house, and the guy's never gotten a shot, and I think a lot of fans point at that and go like, well, see, like he never got a job. He never got a look as a head coach anywhere else. Well, but maybe he's okay with where he's at. Maybe he's okay with being a special teams coach. Maybe he's okay with being a coordinator. Like there's plenty of guys that are like that never move on. How many Tom Moore, I think was, has been an offensive coordinator for like 50 years or some shit. He ain't never been a head coach. Like there's some guys that just like the job that they're doing. I've done my same job for almost 22 years. It's almost 23 now.
Yeah.
Like some people just like what they're doing and they just kind of stay in that wheelhouse and don't have a desire to be the head guy. He got thrust into that role and did well with it, but I don't think it hurt his feelings to move on and to do something else. So I don't hold that as a knock against Bisaccia that he hasn't gotten another look as a head coach. Now that said, if there is a reason, and we don't know, if there is a reason why he's not getting a look, then they did make the right choice. But they certainly didn't make the right. They maybe made the right choice to move on, but they certainly didn't make the right choice with who they replaced him with. And that's where like the same thing with Derek. Did they make the right choice to move on? Yes. Did they make the right choice with who to replace him with? Hell no. Like not even close, right? And that's like I think that's been a theme of this organization now for at least the history in Las Vegas, is that they do things with the right intent and then the follow-up is shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyways, good stuff there from our buddy Steve in San Diego. All right, next
one. Sean Hittenberger's in the chat, says, hey guys, first time seeing you guys live, but been watching your videos for years. Keep up the great work. Kubiak or Webb, please. Just subscribed.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, very cool.
Thanks, Sean.
Brother.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. That's awesome, man. Always love it when we hear from new people, man.
Absolutely.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, next up, we're going to get to Tarek from Parts Unknown. Tarek is everywhere.
Oh, he's all over the place.
I think he lives in Chicago, but he's all over the world, man. So we should call him like Tarek of the Earth.
Oh.
Or something like that. Yeah. Worldly Tarek. You're going to get a nickname. You know why he's going to get a nickname?
Why?
Because he's also becoming a made man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you call the show and we play your message 3 or more times, you become the next made man. So congratulations, Tarek, and let's hear what he's got to say.
Hey, Murf, this is Tarek, Murf and Company. I hope you guys are doing well. Just regarding the start of this off season, it's been a while so far. There were 9 vacancies. Now we're down to 8 with Harbaugh just about to sign with the Giants. I did not see Tomlin stepping down. He made it clear he's not going to be coaching this upcoming season. Spytek said in his post firing of Pete Carroll that the Raiders have just an enormous opportunity in front of them. And I loved what you said on one of your podcasts, Murph, about if the Jets offered this massive compensation. I understand they have 2 first-round picks this upcoming April and 3 next year in the first round, but I couldn't agree more. There's a reason why they would be, offering that bounty. The Raiders need to stay put where they are, draft Mendoza without overthinking it. And yes, when your phone rings, you're going to pick up the phone and hear what people have to say. That's just called a smart thing to do, especially if they call about other players on our roster. But when it comes to Mendoza, looking forward to the performance he puts on this Monday night. I think that'll only further solidify him going number 1 overall to the Raiders. Regarding the head coaching search, interesting is Jesse Mentor appears to be a top candidate who's a defensive coordinator. Then obviously Clint Kubiak, who's an offensive coordinator, and LaFleur with the Rams is also an intriguing name to watch out for. 3/11/26 free agency begins. We got a lot of cap money, and once we solidify that head coach and he rounds up his coaching staff, we will be in a prime position to really, fine tune our free agency board, upgrade our offensive line and other various positions before the draft. There's a chance we can really, and we seem to say this every season as Raider fans, but there is a chance that it's been 19 years since we've had the number 1 overall pick, so we have a golden opportunity to start the trajectory of going in the right direction. It all starts with the new coach, pairing him up with Fernando Mendoza. Looking forward to your next show, bud. You guys have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Good stuff, Derek. He's the best, man.
He's a great call.
Great call, and also the newest made man.
Nice.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal. Made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts.
All right, get over Tarek. Welcome to the table, my friend. We appreciate you so very, very much and your participation here with Raiders Fan Radio. And keep those calls coming, man. Great Raider takes.
Absolutely, man.
Love it. Also want to give respect to Sean, our new buddy in the chat room there, Sean Wittenberger. Raider fan since 1975. Thoughts on Webb with Leonard. So I'm assuming he's talking about Rob Leonard.
Yes.
A defensive line coach. Sure. I like the idea of Rob Leonard getting elevated, but I'm going to assume that whoever the new head coach is not going to pick off the current staff. I think we're going to see a clean sweep.
Mm-hmm.
But if there were anybody that I would pick out of the current coaching staff,
he'd be the one guy I'd like to retain.
Yeah, that would be the guy. And then in terms of Davis Webb, I talked about a little bit earlier. Bruce Arians made some comments this last week on the Pat McAfee show that it is very tough to take a head coaching job and then also be the play caller. So if you're talking about him in reference of Davis Webb being the head coach, I think that might be a little ambitious. But in terms of those two guys as coordinators, sure, I think that's definitely a good solution, especially if we got a guy like a Clint Kubiak that's going to oversee the offense. All right, next up, let's get to our buddy down in Fresno. He is Jacob.
Murf, Jeff, Michelle. What is up, guys? This is Jacob from Fresno. It's a great day. It is a great day. Great evening for me, Monday night. And little disclaimer, I'm a little sick. My throat is a bit parched. Don't feel very good, so don't expect a big scream at the end. And I'm sure your ears will appreciate that. You guys always win at the end, but what a game. Congratulations to the Las Vegas Raiders on their first national championship, right? I mean, come on. Fernando Mendoza is a Raider. It's signed, sealed, delivered, baby. This guy is our quarterback. That's my quarterback. I don't care. He's going to be a Raider. He better be a Raider. If he isn't, we got some problems. I don't care. We're not going to trade back. You know what's so stupid? I heard a Raider fan today tell me, oh, we should just trade back and then load up. We should trade Max Crosby and get as much draft. And I told him, I was like, that's a great idea. You trade Max Crosby, you get all these draft picks, and you might wind up with a player like Max Crosby. You know, it's like that episode of Family Guy where he's like, the boat, but a mystery box could be anything. You can even be a boat. You know how much we wanted one of those. Well, then we'll take the box. No, you got Max Crosby. Stick with your guy. You got a guy, so stay with the guy. Don't trade a guy so you can get a bunch of picks to maybe get a bunch of nothings and then maybe one guy. No, get your guy. You got your guy. Keep your guy. We did this already. Haven't we learned our mistake?
Come on.
When we trade Khalil Mack, right? Haven't we learned our mistake from teams in the past that have tried to go broke and build and they just constantly the Dallas Cowboys with Michael Parsons. Everybody seems to be doing it now. No, just be content with what you got and make it a little bit better. We don't have to do this. We don't have to constantly rebuild. We need to get better on the O-line. Well, guess what, guys? We got the second most cap space in the NFL. We're pretty loaded to make a run in free agency. We can get a quarterback. We can get a good coach. We can get a Mike McDaniels. We can get whoever's out there, Kubiak, whoever you want. Let's get a guy to coach this team who can coach this team, and let's get our quarterback. Don't be, doing all these extra things. All right, guys, I'm going to run out of time. Love you. Appreciate you. God bless you. And go Raiders.
There you go, Jacob.
Good job, Jacob.
I love his point about Max.
Okay, well, you go first.
That's the point. You know what he says right there. If you trade and get capital, you might get a guy like Max Crosby out of the deal. I love that take, and that's true. And I'm telling you, man, Max wants to be here. He wants to be here. So just let's not send away the face of our franchise. And I know the face of the franchise is going to be coming in Fernando Mendoza, but you still need that presence. You need that Raider. You need that guy.
Michelle?
Yeah, I think it. Ultimately, it's going to be up to Max. I think he's earned that from them. But I say keep him, because I think then you've got your quarterback coming in. There's that sort of foundation to start, but you already have Max on defense, and so you're not starting from scratch there. Not that there aren't other people on the team, but he really is at this point the face of the franchise.
Agreed.
So, don't rock that boat. You're already going to be bringing in a new defensive coordinator. Let him help usher in the next whatever happens defensively. Okay. I don't know.
So let me say I agree with you too, 100%. I don't see any reason that the Raiders should consider moving on from Max Crosby. I do see it, but I would, as a fan, I wouldn't love to see it. I think it would be a mistake, and I think Jacob's point is salient, and so are both of your alls. I am gonna give you up an alternate viewpoint though that I think is worth considering. Okay, and that is the idea that because of the amount of holes that the roster has, that they did decide, or Max decided for them, that he wanted to move on and they were going to trade him away and acquire more draft capital, that gives you that much more ammunition to fill those holes, and you don't have to pay Max the exorbitant amount of money they're paying him. So it frees up a lot of resources to be able to sign other players. And coupling with that is the idea that edge rushers in the current state of the NFL don't equate to wins. Myles Garrett did not equate to wins for the Cleveland Browns. Micah Parsons did not equate to wins for the Dallas Cowboys. They are fitments where it goes against something I've said on this show numerous times. That when you look at the natural progression of how to build a roster, it's quarterback first, okay? Then you have to protect your quarterback, so it's left tackle. Then you have to find somebody to go get the other team's quarterback, so it's edge rusher, because they're invested in their quarterback and left tackle. You know what I'm saying? It's those, and now you can mix it up, left tackle, right tackle, whatever. The whole point is that once you get the quarterback, well, now you got to go get the other team's quarterback, and you got to protect your quarterback. It starts to cascade down, right?
Right.
That said, it's not proving to equate to success by having that dominant pass rusher, because it's easier now. The way that offensive lines are constructed, it is easier to negate a singular player on defense. So I hear Jacob, and I'm with you. moving on from Khalil Mack was a mistake, but it wasn't a mistake because of the reasons they chose to move on. It was a mistake because of what they did after.
Yeah.
Speaking like we talked about that earlier, like the decision making was sound. The aftermath was shit. By drafting the players that they did with the draft capital they acquired was terrible. So it wasn't worth it. So again, I'm not endorsing that path of action.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that should we get to that point, Jeff, I can at least understand it. I may not like it, but I can understand it, and they better goddamn do something with it and not flounder it like they've done in previous times.
Yeah, well, I think my only pushback to what you brought up right there is I think if the Raiders didn't have the first overall pick this year, then you feel like maybe, if we were drafting fourth or whatever, and you needed extra ammunition to maybe jump up and grab somebody like that, then I could see a scenario where you trade Max Crosby. Or also if we only had $35 million of drafts or of cap space.
Okay, that's fair.
That's where you unload that extra money where you can bring in more. But when you got the number 1 overall pick and you got $120 million in cap space, like, is it really necessary?
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah. No, I hear you. You agree?
No, that's 1,000%. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's a good point. Okay. All right. Well, fuck my opinion.
Say better shit, man. Come on, man.
All right, next up, let's hear from our buddy T-Hum.
Somewhere over Mendoza, touchdowns fly to a land that I've heard of, Lombardies of days gone by. Someday I'll wish upon a star where days of dreadful losing are behind me. With no more dreadful passer drops or Jimmy G or Gina flops, that's where you'll find me. Somewhere over Mendoza, way up high. Other teams' fans have their trophies. Tell me why, oh, why can't I? Stay safe, Raider Nation. T-Hum out.
Oh, my gosh. Give it up for T-Hum. Good for you, T-Hum.
Yeah.
We were just in Vegas and saw the old Wizard of Oz at the Sphere,
Heck
man.
yeah, man.
Yeah, that was legit, man. How funny would that have been the Sphere, and then like all of a sudden they bust that version out.
T-Hum comes out on the stage.
Comes floating out like on
a broom.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, good stuff there from T-Hum. We appreciate you, brother. The karaoke kid has returned.
Yes, man.
All right, one more to get to. We got our buddy Jay in PA.
Hey guys, it's Jay from PA. I just got to say, thank God that freaking season is over, but how exciting is this? I don't think I've been this excited as a Raider fan in a very long time. I think you draft Mendoza. His floor, in my mind, is a top 16 quarterback in the league. I think his floor is as high as I've seen a prospect come out. And then you go look at coaches. I personally like Davis Webb a lot. I think he could build a better staff. I wouldn't mind Clint Kubiak. I think Clint Kubiak has the play calling ability that Davis Webb doesn't, but Davis Webb has the head coaching structure. Like, he just seems like the guy to command the room. He might not call plays, but he's very, very good with quarterbacks. Then you got LaFleur and Shieldhouse, and it's all very exciting. I just want to see your guys' take on it. Who would you like to see most? And who makes you the most nervous out of a Kubiak, Webb, LaFleur, and Shieldhouse? All right, guys. Can't wait for your show. Looking forward to it. Go Raiders, baby.
All right, here we go.
There you go, Jay.
All right, so he has Kubiak, LaFleur, or Kubiak. I mean, that's kind of our guy. I'd say LaFleur would be number 2.
He's my second guy, yeah.
I would say he would be number 2. Yep, absolutely. All right, good stuff there from our buddy Jay in PA. Appreciate everybody that is in the chat. Oh, there he is. Look at that.
Hey.
JMPA. Thank you, JMPA. And so shout out the chat room, Jeff. And then you have the responsibility, nay, the honor.
Oh, nay, the duty.
Duty. To award a Sizzler Award, which is the best emailer or phone caller of the night.
Absolutely.
Jeff, what do we got tonight?
Absolutely. Well, so Paul is in there. Jay and PA. Let's see. Colorado Raider. Big Fawn's in there. B. Al. Martin. ITK Raider in there. Funky Hairman. Sean Hittenberger in there. Let's see. Ron the Mater Raider. Jay Morse. Corey Fleck in there. Let's see. Yeah, we got everyone, man. But and I think Yoshi just jumped in there again.
What's up, Yoshi?
Yeah, but yeah. So we had some amazing emails, voicemails tonight. We started off on the emails with James Williams, Soren, Jay Morse, Martin, and Paul. And then on the voicemails, we had Steve in San Diego, Tarek, which got made tonight. So congratulations to him. Jacob in Fresno, T-Hum, and Jay from PA. But you know what? When anyone brings up Wizard of Oz, it tugs on my heartstrings. So tonight's Sizzler Award goes to T-Hum.
Sizzler. We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Hoza, Mendo, Hoza. Jeez. I have too much fun with this.
Easy over there.
Hey. Don't you tell me what to do.
Hey. Hey, Paul says that was
do
T-Hum's.
whatever I want to do with my Hoza.
Hey, don't tell me about your Hoza. Yeah. T-Hum said that's T-Hum's 17th Sizzler Award.
Oh, wow.
Oh, congratulations, T-Hum. That's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
Way to go.
Yeah, bro.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. Love you guys so very, very much.
Are we going again next week?
Well, yeah. The season ain't over yet, bitch.
You be a bitch.
We still got we got the championship round. My favorite. Pause that shit. We got 4 minutes left. So this is my. Well, it's better when the Raiders are in it. Clearly, this is my all-time favorite weekend of the NFL season.
Oh,
championship weekend.
Championship Sunday. It's so freaking fun, man.
It's great.
It's the best day because it doesn't have all the pomp and circumstance of the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And they have some decent halftime shows and stuff, but it's like, and it's a home game for a team and like that kind of stuff versus the freaking neutral field and all that kind of stuff. So I love championship weekend. It's so freaking fun. I can't wait.
It does make me sad though, because football's almost over. That's when I get like, oh man, it was like a blink.
It was. I know, right? It's funny because I love basketball. I love all sports, but I love basketball. But as soon as I start seeing the basketball commercials that come on, I'm like, oh.
See, Lamont starts getting pumped, you know.
Oh, yeah, he gets fired up.
North Carolina's been playing, and I'm just like,
I'm like, damn it, man. That just means football's that much closer to being over.
Yep. Yeah, and then I get
And then pretty soon we're going to be in slam dunk in the middle of nothing season. And it's going to be hot outside. We're going to be like, man, we miss football.
God, you need a pool.
Tell Valerie.
I'm about to get in Valerie's ear because if I'm going to be here twice a week, you guys need a pool.
Yeah, right? No doubt.
Love it, man.
Go.
Sold.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, hey, all we got to do is put out some cool shit and get that freaking, you know what I mean? We'll get those advertising dollars up, and we might.
Hell yeah, you're damn right.
We'll be doing podcasts poolside.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we appreciate you, Raider Nation. Thank you so very, very much. We love you guys. Love everybody in the chat room tonight. Thank you for your support of not only Raiders Fan Radio, but the One Nation Foundation. I hope you stay locked in with us, man, as we head into the new version of Raiders Fan Radio. Same version of Raiders Fan Radio, the new version of the Murf Fan Cave Podcast Network, as we start bringing some new stuff to you. And we're so very excited and can't wait to share that stuff with you guys, man. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. Can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging in there to the end, and there's still hanging in there, and the Raiders have sucked for so long, and I'm just super proud of our chat room because they keep it going. So thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, you guys were talking about, the football season coming to an end and all that. I just can't wait for when we have a season where we don't wish it was over after week 6.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
When we actually can have something to root
when we
for
have something to root
Halloween.
for around now, that'd be real nice.
Or now,
that'd be really nice.
Look at me, set my expectations low.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you did.
You still want to be rooting for stuff in October. Damn, yeah, no, I'm December, January football is what I want.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And thanks everyone for being here. Paul, Yoshi, Martin, Corey Fleck, Lamagana, Jay and PA, Yoshi, Funky Hairman. You guys are all the best. This chat room is the best in all of Raider Nation, if you ask us. So on behalf of Michelle, on behalf of Murph, my name is Swag Jeff, and you've been listening to another episode of Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side and don't forget.
Oh
Yeah, I was on a roll too, man.
Crush that shit.
Yeah. You know what it is. I'm telling you. What happens in Vegas is started in Oakland.
Today, Junior.
Well, I'm not drinking tonight. That was probably the fucking
that
problem.
was the problem. That's where you blew it.
I'm telling you.